Hello everybody, welcome back to the Hammer Valley Model Railroad. This is a video of two hands and a voice and a model railroad layout. Alright, so what are we doing tonight? As you can see, the downtown area has been completely, totally abandoned. It's empty. There's devoid of buildings or anything. So in the last video, you guys watched me make curtains and a couple other things for some of the buildings here. And I think it's time to start finding a home for these buildings on the layout. So, having the buildings in hand, there's two of them anyway, I've got a third one here. Now you see there's wires hanging out of these things. We don't want all that laying up on the layout, do we? No. So I'm going to figure out where I want to plant these buildings down and drill holes to run the wires down through. And at the same time, I'm also going to locate these are adorable little street lights. I love these little things. They're really cute. So I want to put one right about there and another one right there, just because they're decorative, they look cute, and I kind of like them. Or maybe I should just put one on the corner here like this. How about halfway in between here and halfway in between here? That works. All right, so let's get the third building up here, which is not finished. I haven't put any nothing in it. No curtains, no scenery, no storefronts. But I think I'm going to put that building over here. And I like the way they look, just about like that. This one here is going to be, I have to do a little bit of work on the doorstep on that one. It's a little out of place, but I think this setup is going to be pretty ideal. So what I want to do is take my little Sharpie here, look, you can tell, and mark out where these buildings are going to sit. So I have an approximate location where I can drill these holes. I do have enough slack underneath these buildings so that I can put the hole on and feed the wire through, so it doesn't have to be exactly perfectly located. But it would be nice to have a fairly close approximation. Now this will all get wired in underneath. So this building here, what my idea here is, I want to leave a little room for parking over here so you can pull in off the street and park next to this building. And I want to have an access way back here. I'm going to have a little team track back in here, just a little dock back in there. I want to have a little area for team track stuff. So, for lack of a better term, I guess that's the best we can stick with on that. So for the moment, I'm going to mark out the corner of this building right there. And the corner of this building right there, which you guys probably can't see what I'm doing there. But that's going to give me a pretty good approximation, and I can't see what I'm doing there, so mark that one, that one, that one, and that one. There we go. Okay, so the buildings are all marked out now and marked on. Oh, I thought I felt like I touched that one with the marker, but I guess I didn't. So I'm going to set the buildings aside for a moment. Carefully. We don't want to be dropping them and breaking them and stuff like that. Building gravity does not seem to be a very good idea here. I think I'm going to use this drill bit, and right about where I think the middle of the building is going to be, let's just punch a hole right through, right there. I'll try to get this out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Straight down. There we go, there's for one. All right, let's put another one right about here. All right, one more hole to drill. I'm going to shoot one down. Even though that building is not completed, the wiring is going to be about the same, so I'm going to shoot one down right through here. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, this unfinished building, and I'll get that one finished eventually. Someday, some way, somehow. Let's take this one here, lay them over here, and thread the wires down through, kind of twist them together so they don't fray out on you. All right, down the hole we go, down the hatch. All right. Let's put the building in the correct orientation. Something about like that. All right, I like it. Let's get the other building, do the same thing. those look much better without the wires hanging out of them. Oh, but let's move the buildings out of the way. I'll just kind of put them back there. And this one can go any place because no wires on it yet. I'm going to trust my eye and judgment and try to get a good shot here so you guys can see the angulation going on here. There we go. Let's drill a hole. And again, like before, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on the drill, just letting it kind of pull its own way through. Let's see how we did here. Let's put the wires down through the hole. The wires go in a lot easier, I can tell you that much. And we have a winner. Yay! Turn it like that. I'll put a drop of glue down there to hold it in place. Now we get to do it all over again. That's it. Okay, we're going in. All right, down the hatch we go. And through the bottom. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. Hey, those look pretty cool in there, don't they? Those are going to look really nice. Can't wait to get them lit up. So here we are, downtown Hammer Valley. Hello. Set the buildings down where they go. And like I said, I'll glue those light posts down eventually. Oh, that looks charming. I like it. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I made the right choice on those. Those look awesome. I almost want to take these street lights out and put those in place of them now. I might just actually do that. These aren't actually glued in, so that could happen. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Should I put these lights over here in place of these? I don't want to replace these. These look good in the neighborhood up here. But these down here, in order to match up with that, I may just pull these out and put some more of those. I got about 10 of those laying around, so that could happen. Anyway, let's go underneath the layout and look at the mess that I have down there of wiring, and we'll wire these lights in. Well, before we delve underneath the layout to work on the wiring, I thought I'd show you something that I made that will hopefully help simplify the wiring a little bit underneath there. Just a little terminal block here, and you can see there's all kinds of different wires on there, different colors, and they're all kind of color coded. And it's just a piece of perf board with the little terminal blocks on it. And I drilled a couple holes in it so I can mount it underneath there, kind of mount it up permanently underneath there, a little more solid, so it's not just hanging there. And when we get underneath there, you'll see what I mean. The wiring underneath there is a mess. It is a bloody mess. So this has got to be an improvement. Basically, I bundled all the wires together here, shrink wrapped them together, and then I put this cable wrap on it to hold it all together to make it really neat, and a piece of shrink wrap on the other end, and this is where the wires all splay out, and they're all color-coded for which terminals they go to. My theory is the 3 buildings will hook up to these first 3. This is the positive, and then these will be the negatives, and this for the little street lights in front of the buildings. That's positive and negative. The main street lights on the front street there, this is positive and negative for that. And then finally for the neighborhood street lights, we have this one here for plus and minus. And eventually I'm probably going to put some light in some of the houses, and when I do that, I'm probably just going to tap in over here on this side to light them up. So that will have to cross when we get there. So let's crawl underneath the layout. Oh boy. You guys are in for a treat when we get under there. So we'll see you underneath the Hammer Valley Model Railroad. Well, as promised, here we are underneath the Hammer Valley Model Railroad layout. Look, you can tell. the wiring under here, like I said, it's pretty messy under here. So as you can see, to kind of give you an idea of what's going on, we're upside down here. The buildings are here. These are the holes you watched me drill under just a few minutes ago. And these wires are tied together. Now remember, some goofball, Rick Porter, twisted these together wrong, and The yellow is actually the negative and the green is the positive. So that's where we're going to have to worry about that. Now these two wires here for those two little decorative street lamps. And what we're going to do here is tie the positive and negatives together on these. Or I mean you know what I mean. You know the thing. I'm going to tie the negatives to the negatives and the positives to the positives. Now this one was wired correctly because somebody that knew what they were doing did it. Oh yeah, details, I know. Well, okay, I spared you guys the agony of watching me twist together and splice together all of these wires that were hanging down from here. I've got it boiled down to 4 circuits now. We got the residential lights over here. We have the downtown Main Street lights here. This is for the building, or for the lights in front of the buildings, and these are for the buildings themselves. Because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here and watch me twisting and connectifying wires and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of gets a little bit tedious after a while. So, yeah, let me turn the cameras off. When I come back, everything will be wired up, and we'll be ready to give it a test. Well, there it is. It ain't pretty. And it ain't permanent, but it is wired up, and I made sure none of the wires are touching each other. So let's give this thing a test and see if it's going to work. Well, the moment is upon us, finally. We're in the Hammer Valley up above, the upper world again once. So I'm focused in on the downtown area with the main camera here, and I got the little camera over here showing the buttons I'm pushing over here. So let's try this out. Let's push this button, see if the buildings light up. Oh, they do. Look at that. You guys are seeing this for the first time as well as I am. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's check out those street lights, the little ones next to the building. Let's see if those light up. Is it going to light up or is it going to go up in sparks? Let's see. Oh, that looks adorable. I don't know how well the camera is showing that, but let me get the other one in on it. But I'm impressed, and as you can see, they're still just drawing 3 volts. So, yeah. So let's back the zoom out just a little bit on the Canon over here. Back it out to a little more of a wider angle. And as you can see, the layout's a mess again. I've got stuff laying all over the place. All right, now this switch here should turn on turn on the lights on the main street, which is the front one that runs alongside the tracks, and let's see what happens. Oh, they light up. How about that? Something I'm doing is actually working? Really? All right, one final test. Let's see what the neighborhood lights look like. This one right here. And they work. Oh man, this is nice. So at night when the stores close, they shut their lights off, and those little lights stay on. I want to see how it looks with just those. That's cool. Those lights are awesome. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put some over here? Should I put those lights on like the main drag here? They really light it up nicely down there. I do like the brighter lights with those. But, I don't know. Something to think about. It all works. Let's shut her down for the night and call it a day. We're done here. This is a success. Like I said, the layout's a big mess right now, but we'll get over that. So I'm going to get this thing put together, get it posted up, so you guys can see what went on in lighting up the new lighting version of the Hammer Valley Model Railroad. I screwed that ending all up, didn't I? All right, words. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later from the Hammer Valley Model Railroad. This is NJP saying so long for now.